What's going on, guys? It's Dylan here at Dylan Sold It, and today we're going to be touching base on the BRRRR method. So let's get into it. So what is the BRRRR method? The BRRRR method stands for buy, rehab, rent, and refinance. So let's break that down. Step one, we're going to be looking for a property that we want to buy. So we'll say you're on Zillow or wherever, and you find a property that's listed for $75,000 in this, and at the end of this cul-de-sac that I've drawn here. Now, the main three things that we're going to want to focus on are the comps, the rehab costs, and then the rent of what the average rent is in this neighborhood. So we'll say you ran the comps around this cul-de-sac on average. The newer houses and stuff, the renovated houses in this area are selling for roughly $200K. We'll say you estimate the rehab costs are going to be $35,000, and then the rent in this area is typically $1,700 to $1,900. So you bought the house for $75K. You come down here to rehab. You want to focus on two main things. One, to make sure that you make it livable and functional, and two, what is going to add the most value to the house for the least amount of dollars that you have to put into it. So you're going to want to focus on things like renovating your kitchen, renovating your bathroom. If you can add an extra bedroom or something like that in, it'll just increase the value and the rent as well. You don't want to focus on putting things like fancy lights or hot tubs or anything like that, because it doesn't add that much value to it and it's not worth it. So now that you got the place rehabbed, now you want to get it rented. Now we'll say you got it rented for $1,800 a month. Your estimated your mortgage is going to be roughly $1,500 a month, and that's going to bring you a cash flow of $300 a month. Now we go out to the cash out refinance. Now typically you have to have it rented for 6 months or so. It just depends on whatever the banks want. But in this particular setting, we'll say it was 6 months. So they get an appraiser out. They bring it back. They say it's came back for $200K. They'll give you a 70% loan to value typically. So they're going to give you a loan for $140,000. Now, initially the property was $75,000. If you purchase it yourself, it'd be $75,000. But in this particular example, I put that you most likely get like a hard money lender or find somebody that will lend you the money. So we'll say $5K on top of the $75K just for the profits for them, and then the $35K rehab costs, which comes out to $115 total, and that leaves you with a $25K net in profit. And then you'd obviously take this $25K here and repeat the process and just keep it going and going and going, because you're going to want to do a 1031 exchange, which I've covered in other videos. Just so you don't have to pay capital gains tax, because if you do pay capital gains tax, you'll probably be getting about 40% of that taken away from you. All right, so I kind of just want to go over the financials here just to show you guys how it could really change your way of living or your retirement portfolio in general. So let's just break down the financials a little bit. So the $300 a month that you're getting from the cash flow of the property times 12, that's $3,600 a year. Then you also have to consider things like they're paying your mortgage down, so you're making pretty much $18,000 for free in equity every year that you have it rented. And you're also getting like roughly 3 to 5% appreciation on the property as well, on average year over year. And you can see how this could really snowball into something a lot larger than what it is. So even if you have like 10 properties, 20 properties, 30 properties, something crazy, even 50, but even 10 properties, right? This extra $36,000 a year could be something substantial for just a normal person that's working a 9 to 5. And as always, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm available 24/7 and would love to help you get started and investing in your future.